About 250 beggars in Ibadan on Thursday reportedly protested against low patronage by members of the public following a recent rumor that some rich men usually buy money from them for fetish purposes. The spokesperson for the destitute, Imam Abubakar Abdullahi Serikin Hausawa of Hausawa Community, Ojoba, Ibadan, said such a report had created deep hatred for his people. According to him, the set of persons who ask beggars to help them with smaller denominations of the naira are traders, hawkers, and commercial bus drivers. Abdullahi said the report that some wealthy people are buying money from beggars, including physically challenged people, for money rituals is not true. As a result of the claim that some ritualists do buy money from these beggars, this has been public resentment against these innocent people. What we know is that traders, hawkers, and commercial drivers do some of these beggars come to these beggars who are mainly blind and lame people to change money, get smaller denominations. We need to clear our names so that people will not be punishing us for offenses we don't know anything about. Shame on these people. So begging now is a profession. That's why they don't see anything wrong in poverty. How can you, and these are the same set of people that will be bragging all over the place that they want to rule, and when you check the highest percentage of the people who are poor, it's coming from that same zone. You can imagine the, what is this man's, the man's name, is the association of whatever they call them. What is this man's name? Okay, the spokesperson for the destitute. How can you be spokesperson? Okay, maybe among them, Imam Abubakar Abdullahi Seriki Hausa Sakin Abisarikin Hausas of a Hausas community. They even have, and they have all their people all over the place begging. After all, at the end of the day, they will be making mouth. All this, what is this man's name? Gaba Adamu. Those ones that will be talking anyhow. See their people begging. Is that a good thing in a saner environment? Why should people just be all over the place? And the same set of people who are all over the place, they are the ones always coming out to say that their region are born to rule. They are this and this and that. They know how to play politics. What kind of stinking politics is this? How many people? The whatever, the way they brag and they pride themselves, they do nothing for the people as well. And they will be, and the ones who are the lower cadre will be making maths that people are there. At the end of the day, they are causing problem, causing nuisance in other people's community, creating whatever. Is begging an occupation that one will not be proud of. They have association. A lot of them are blind. Why can't they go to hospital? How many hospitals are established in their region that they will allow this kind of a thing to continue? And that is just the way they see. They see that that's how they want to turn everybody into. And when you talk about a restructuring, they will say no. Talk about breakup, they will say no. What kind of a thing is this? So shameful, honestly. I'm not even interested in the reason why they are even protesting. But why should begging at the end? It's so shameful. Whether they don't even have shame. Unfortunately, none of those citizens would have loved to take to begging. It is the systemic failure and wickedness of Nigerian leaders that have reduced them that low. But if election comes, they will still go and vote for those people, and they don't even they will never protest for bad governance. They will never protest. So what are we talking about? It's simply pathetic where we have found ourselves as a country. It's those particular people from that region. They are the ones always begging. Whose fault? Do they ever protest about the condition they are going through? No, I disagree with your view. This is rather a culture where well inculcated among the northern low classes called Talakawas. Even if you volunteer to help any of them, they will reject your offer and rather prefer their begging profession. They have a begging culture in their caste system, like Amajiri. So it's their profession wherever they go. I know the Talakawa system, sir, but I think even cultures at the local communities and across all ages are hugely influenced and manipulated by the privileged elite in the north to their advantage. For a man in such penury to solely accept such fate seems to me as a product of an age-long indoctrination by the privileged few. You are 100% correct. That is bane of extremism and terrorism in the north. With this your comment, I guess you have not been to the north before. Even you put them in mansion and free them every day, they will still come out to beg. They are used to that. Hmm. Well, so sad. It is just a well-structured strategy to perpetually keep them in absolute captivity and determine their fates at all times. And that is exactly the same thing they want to do to the northerners, the southerners, which is not going to work. The innocent poor children have been robbed of their social economic rights by politicians. It is not our fault. Your patron, say Baba, ineptitude and wonderful policies have greatly diminished the residual income of givers. This reminds one of the classic novel The Beggar's Strike by Aminata Sofor. So we should continue empowering your killers and barbaric tribe with our money. Go and protest to that breathing manicure in Asu Rock you voted for. Who will patronize who? We are all trying to survive in the evil forest called Nigeria. Streets they red now. The situation of countries now is cry your cry alone. Is this real? Is this the real photo of the beggars that protested? Most of them look like chiefs and title holders inside this Buhari economy of hardship and banditry. Nobody is well. People who work legitimately are finding it difficult to even feed. Is it beggars that they will be thinking of? The funny thing is that some of them may even have 2 or 3 wives. That is how life is. Sweetest to those that hustle and bustle for their need, and bitter to those that wait for others to give them charity. Despite with all that, it's better to beg than to steal or dupe people and take without their consent. That's what someone is saying here. Like your politicians, go by their fruit you shall know them. You can imagine the kind of statements coming out from this particular person that it is good to beg. Beg who? To go and beg those who are still stealing. So guys, let's say your opinion because this is so pathetic.